Hey guys, it's CeruSail, otherwise known as Jen, back again with another video. Again, I ran a little bit later than planned. Once again, I'm really sorry. However, as you may potentially be able to guess from looking behind me, I have been busy moving. So that's the reason why there was a bit of a delay. I went on holiday, which you're about to find out in this video, and then I had to come back and have essentially about a week to pack, and then I was moving because I've moved into my new place, which I'll be living in for the next 3 years is the plan. So yeah, once again, I'm really sorry, but hopefully now that I'll be slowly settling into my new place, there won't be as much of an issue. I'll be able to unpack, and I'll be able to get some videos out to you guys with a bit more regularity than last time. So yeah, as I mentioned just a minute ago, I recently went on holiday to Marseille with my mum and her partner, and it was a lot of fun. It was really hot. I was slightly dying with the heat, I'm not going to lie. I'm not particularly well built for the summer sun, but it was really nice to go and see. So what I've put together this time is sort of similar to my last video. I've done a bit of a video montage. We'll talk a couple of times in between the clips, but aside from that, this is just going to be a play-by-play of everything that I got up to while I was over there. I didn't manage to capture everything on film, so I'll also be doing a bit of a photo collage at the end if I can get my technology to work. Let's start things off with the flight. Now, something that most people who know me in real life would be aware of is the fact that I don't cope very well with flying. My anxiety goes through the roof if we hit turbulence, but luckily on the way out we actually didn't have too much of a problem. So yeah, I'm just going to show you a little bit of a montage that I managed to put together of the video from the flight from where I am here in England over to sunny Marseille. First day, once we arrived and once we worked out where we were going, we decided to take a bit of a tour around central Marseille. So we walked all the way down to the old harbour, and I managed to get the next couple of clips just wandering around by the docks area and by a place known as Musem. Essentially, it was a really cool place. They had a combination of a church, and then there was an old fortress, and then there was a modern building that they built quite recently, hence modern. But it was a really cool building that I absolutely adored, and I'll show you later because it looked so cool. And like, whilst the inside of it wasn't so interesting for me, the outside I absolutely adored, and I got probably one of my favourite photos of the holiday in the new building. So I will show you those in a second, but I'll show you first of all, it was the water by the building actually, and then we walked around and I'll show you a centre bit with the docks in the centre of the port, and then I'll move on to the clips from the Musem. The water's gorgeous. Oh, there's a lizard. Hey, little guy. Hey, little guy. Lizard. Hello, buddy. Off he goes. Bye, friend. Right, let's go back to what I was filming, which is this. Isn't it beautiful? It's so warm though. I am melting. Oh, there's some kind of sporting event down there, I take it, because I just heard a bunch of people cheering. It's super windy, super pretty. I'm wearing too short a dress to do all this. You okay? And there goes a boat. Go from this side. Do like that. And ne pas plonger. Don't jump. Don't swim. Just don't be an idiot. What is that? Oh, it's a trail from a boat. Just don't be an idiot. You can't survive a jump like that. Don't even try. And here we come over to the decidedly less old part of the building. Distinctly more modern and very interestingly designed. So on another day we went to go and see, I think it was called the Alexandra Gardens. I will check and I'll put a message in my little credits section afterwards. But the big reason why I wanted to go was it had a waterfall built into the front. And it looked really pretty, and I decided I wanted to see it, and so did my mum, so off we went. It was just a really cool place to go, and I quite liked it, even if we were only there for about an hour or so. I want to go in. I want to, but money. Now this must have like a free museum. Absolutely. Oh, mother is off. I am abandoned. I must live my life alone in France without her. Oh no, never mind, she's wedding. Now for those of you who potentially read kind of novels and maybe watch some of the older films, there is a particular castle that was used as the setting for a rather famous story of the Count of Monte Cristo. So it's a particular little island just outside of Marseille where they've got this tiny little prison, and it's been set for a couple of things, but the Count of Monte Cristo is possibly one of the most famous of them all. It was interesting to walk around. It was quite small, it was really busy, so I didn't hang around for ages, but I enjoyed the boat trip over and I got to wander around. But yeah, it was really cool, so I got 1 or 2 clips of myself over there and I'll include those now. That's where they got in and out, I guess. We are there with that nice spirally looking building. I wouldn't fancy swimming. So this one is less about Marseille. It was more another town that was nearby because we were in a place called Provence in France, which is a southern section, kind of towards the Alps. So one of the other places that we decided to visit, because my mum was really interested, and to be fair I was kind of interested as well, was a place called Aix-en-Provence, which was the hometown of the artist Cézanne. One of the things we were able to do while we were over there for the day was to have a look around at his old studio, which is now open for people to wander around. Now the studio was only a room, so it was quite a short trip in terms of the video clip, but I surprisingly liked it. I'm not normally one for artists. I can enjoy their artwork, but I'm not a huge kind of art fan. But I quite liked just how it felt. It was a really peaceful place, and I could completely understand, you know, exactly why that would have been like the ideal place for him to have a studio. And it was something that he built. So I actually did a bit of a filming of the history of Cézanne's studio where they included it. So I'll show you that one now. Yeah, fun fact, guys. Standard artist. Now on one of the last days we decided to go on another little day trip and go and explore, and the place that we decided to go, my mum had a little phrase book and guide for Marseille and the region, and bless it, it described this place as a small fishing village. Now that place has not been anything near small for a while, so it was quite a big town that we arrived in, but I fell in love with it mostly for the beach. It was the first time we actually got to go in the sea since going to southern France, and surprisingly it was one of the only beaches I've ever been on where there was no seaweed, like none. And that's one of my biggest issues. I don't like going on the beach for a couple of reasons. One is seaweed. One is the feeling of my feet sinking into the sand. I don't cope very well with that particular feeling, but we managed to find some rocks to stand on whilst we were there, and there were some fish swimming around. Me being the absolute dork that I am, I decided I wanted to try and film it, and essentially refused to move from that rock for about half an hour. I really liked the fish and being able to be in the sea without my feet sinking, and I adored it. Anyone who ever goes to southern France, if you go to the Provence region, I really would recommend going to Toulon. The town itself looked really cool, and the beach, as I said, was amazing. Well, the fish are too small to catch on camera, I think. I can't actually see if they're showing on this camera footage or not. There are multitudes of little fish all over the place. Petit piscine. No? Petit poisson. No? Oui, poisson. It's pretty chicken poisson, this fish. Petit poisson. This is so pretty. This is definitely a good pool. And we found a nice convenient rock to stand on so I don't sink. Because the one thing I hate... Fish. Oh, yeah. The one thing I hate about being in the sea is my feet sinking. I'm not okay with that. That is not something I've agreed to. Guys, I have no idea if you're going to see any of these fish. They are quite small. They're around, I promise. You might have to I can't even see them on the screen, Mum.
Oh dear.
I can't see my screen because the sun is a deadly laser and is blocking my view. I think you can just about see a fish there, around the centre of the screen at the moment. They're swimming around. I can see one. There we go. You see him, guys? Did you see the fish? Do you see the fish? There we go. Fish. All of the fish in the sea. And us. So unfortunately, due to the fact that I was saving up for packing, I couldn't afford to get many things. And also because of the fact that, you know, I'm packing, of the 2 items that I bought, one of them is currently hidden in one of the 20 odd bags currently stuffed in my spare room. I haven't found it yet. I found some cute soaps with a little like bug on the top of them because the bug was like the local regional symbol. I think it was called La Cigale. Any French viewers watching this, I apologise once again for my awful pronunciation of things. However, one of the things I was able to buy was a local treat called this. See? The Calisson de Provence. They're these little almond treats, which are frankly adorable. And they're like almond paste with an icing top, and they taste delicious. So I have bought myself a pack. However, because I like them so much, I don't want to eat them because then I won't have any left. So those are currently going to be on the waiting line where I'll end up eating them eventually, but I'm putting it off for now. So that was it. That was my week in Marseille, over in Provence in France. And as I promised, I will now try and show a collage of all the photos of everything that I didn't quite get to show you guys in the video. If you guys have any suggestions or any comments, I'd love to hear from you. I have got 1 or 2 videos planned coming up in the next couple of weeks if I can get my act together. But aside from that, if you've got any suggestions, anything you want to know more about, please do just leave me a message down there. Otherwise, I really hope you guys have a great week and a great start to your spooky season, because I am a nerd who loves Halloween. And I'm getting very excited about Halloween. I hope that everyone has fun, I hope everything goes really well for you guys, and I basically just want to say that I love you guys. Have fun, bye!